Quick question. Have you ever noticed that your neighbor's yard is full of birds every single morning, and yours isn't? You have a feeder. You have a yard. So what's the difference? The answer is one small change. Something your neighbor did that you haven't done yet. And today, that secret is exactly what we're going to talk about. Here's something most people don't know. Birds don't just show up in any yard random. They observe every single place first. They check, is this spot safe? Is there food here? Is there water? Is there any threat nearby? And only when everything feels right, they come. They come back again and again, and they bring other birds with them. But the moment something feels off, they leave. No warning, no second chance. And that's exactly when you start thinking, I did everything right, so why aren't they coming? Here's the thing, it's not your fault. There were just a few small things that didn't feel right to the birds. And today we're going to go through each one of them and find a simple solution for every single one. Clean water, fresh food, safe shelter, a quiet feeding area. We're covering all of it today. Let's get into it. So what are you going to learn in this video? You're going to find out the 4 small changes that turn your yard into a place birds actually want to come back to. You'll understand why clean water matters, why fresh food makes a difference, how shelter and safety play a role, and why the location of your feeding area changes everything. All of it is practical. All of it you can start today, and none of it requires a big budget. You just need the right information, and that's exactly what you're getting today. And if you want to keep understanding the birds in your yard, their hidden signals, feeder problems, what's keeping them away, and you want your yard to feel alive and active every single morning, go ahead and subscribe to Yard Bird Secret. Every video here gives you the real secrets behind backyard bird behavior, the ones that actually make a difference in your yard. So the first and most important thing, water. Now you might be thinking, I already have water in my yard, but here's the real question. Is that water clean? See, birds don't just drink water. They bathe in it. They clean their feathers with it. And they look at it to decide, is this place safe or not? If the water is dirty, leaves floating in it, algae building up, water turning green, birds will take one look and fly away. They don't think, well, it'll do for today. They just leave. And once a bird marks a spot as unsafe, it takes a long time before they come back. So what do you do? First, clean your bird bath or water container every 2 to 3 days. That's it. Simple. Second, place it where there's a mix of sun and shade. Full direct sun heats the water too fast. Full shade feels too hidden. A little of both is what birds are most comfortable with. Third, if you can, add a light drip or a small dripper to your bird bath. Birds are naturally attracted to the sound of moving water. It's a signal to them, fresh water, safe water, right here. This is a small change, but you'll start seeing the difference within just a few days. Now let's talk about the second thing, food. And this is where one very common mistake happens, one that almost every backyard bird lover makes. That mistake is putting old or wrong seed in the feeder. Now you might think, seed is seed. How much does it really matter? It matters a lot. See, birds have a much sharper sense of smell than we do. When seed gets old, it absorbs moisture. It starts to clump together, and sometimes mold starts to grow in it. And birds pick up on that immediately. They fly over to the feeder, take one look, and leave. You think the feeder is full, but the birds already know that food is not for them. So what do? First, empty your feeder once a week. Remove the old seed, clean the feeder, then refill it with fresh seed. Second, always store your seed in a dry, sealed container. Seed left out in the open goes bad faster than you think. Third, choose the right seed. If you have house finches or American goldfinches coming to your yard, Niger seed or sunflower chips work best for them. If mourning doves visit, they prefer millet scattered on the ground. If you have a downy woodpecker stopping by, a suet cake is the perfect option for them. Right bird, right food. That's the formula that keeps your yard busy and alive. And this is a change you can start making today. Now the third thing, and this is something most people don't take seriously enough, that is safe shelter. Birds need a spot in your yard where they actually feel safe. Now you might think, my yard is open, what's the danger? But look at it from a bird's point of view. A completely open yard, no trees, no bushes, no cover at all. That's a danger zone for birds. Why? Because when a bird is eating or drinking water, it is completely vulnerable. They need to see in every direction. They need an escape route. They need a spot where they can land for a moment, look around, and then move to the feeder when they feel safe. If that's not there, birds won't trust your yard. So what do? First, plant 1 or 2 small trees or bushes near your feeder. This becomes a natural resting and hiding spot for birds. Second, if planting isn't an option, place a simple wooden perch or a few branches in a pot near your feeder. Birds will land there, look around in every direction, and when they feel safe, they'll come to the feeder. Third, if blue jays visit your yard, they are naturally a little more cautious than other birds. They need slightly higher cover, a spot where they can see the whole yard from above. A tall bush or a small tree is perfect shelter for them. Remember, birds check for safety first. Food comes second. When your yard feels safe to them, they won't just visit. They'll come back every single day. And now the fourth thing, this is the one where a lot of people stop and say, "Oh wow, that was my mistake." That is a quiet feeding area. In other words, where your feeder is placed. See, most people put their feeder wherever it's convenient for them, right by the front door, near where the kids play outside, or in a spot where there's constant foot traffic in and out of the house. And then they wonder, why aren't any birds showing up? Here's the thing, birds are scared of noise. They're scared of disturbance. They're scared of sudden movement. If your feeder is near a spot where kids are running around, the door is opening and closing constantly, or there's regular activity nearby, birds will mark that spot as unsafe. And once it's unsafe, it stays unsafe in their mind. So what do? First, move your feeder to the quieter side of your yard. Less foot traffic, less noise, a calm spot where birds can sit and feel comfortable. Second, be careful about how close your feeder is to a window. If you want it near a window, place it either within 3 feet or beyond 10 feet. That middle zone, 3 to 10 feet, is the most dangerous distance for birds. At that range, they see the window reflection and can fly right into it. Third, if you have pets at home, especially cats, place your feeder somewhere cats simply cannot reach. Even one encounter with a cat near the feeder, and that entire group of birds will abandon that spot completely. This one simple location change is honestly the easiest way to bring birds back to your yard. Right spot, right feeder, a little peace and quiet. Now here's something really interesting, something that ties everything we just talked about together. You may have noticed, clean water, fresh food, safe shelter, quiet feeding area. There's one common thread running through all of it. And that is the safety signal. See, a bird's brain works very differently from ours. They see everything in just 2 categories, safe or unsafe. That's it. No middle ground. No, maybe it'll be fine. No, let me give it a try. The moment their brain picks up an unsafe signal, they're gone. And that decision happens in just a few seconds. So where do these signals come from? Birds use their eyes. Is there a predator nearby? Is there cover? Is there an escape route? Birds use their nose. Is the food fresh? Is the water clean? Birds use their ears. Is there noise? Is there disturbance? Are other birds already coming here? And that's exactly why when you make these 4 changes in your yard, clean water, fresh food, safe shelter, a quiet feeding area, you are basically sending a strong, safe signal directly to a bird's brain. You are telling them, this place is for you. There's no danger here. Come on in. And birds, they understand that message. This isn't magic. This is just simple nature. And once you understand the language of nature, your yard completely changes. So now you know, bringing birds back to your yard doesn't take a big budget. It doesn't take a complicated setup. It doesn't take any special training. Just 4 small changes. First, keep the water clean. Change it every 2 to 3 days. Add a light drip if you can. Second, keep the food fresh. Clean your feeder every week. Give the right seed to the right bird. Third, give them shelter. A small tree, a bush, or a simple perch, something that makes birds feel safe. Fourth, keep the feeding area quiet. Pick the right location, away from noise and disturbance. These 4 changes will turn your yard into a place birds don't just visit, they come back to every single day. Every morning when you grab your coffee and walk over to the window, that silence won't be there anymore. Instead, you'll hear a blue jay calling out, a mourning dove softly cooing. You'll spot the bright yellow of an American goldfinch. You'll hear the light tapping of a downy woodpecker. Your yard will feel alive. And honestly, that feeling is something really special. Now it's your turn. Out of these 4 changes, which one are you going to make first? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to know. And if this video helped you, go ahead and subscribe to Yard Bird Secret. Every week we share new secrets about the birds in your backyard, the kind that make your yard more alive and more beautiful every single day. And if you want to find out why birds are ignoring your feeder, go ahead and watch that video next. The link is right up there in the card. See you in the next one. Until then, take care of your yard.